headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.
What is taking place in Ukraine now is horrific. It's painful, and we see human suffering, we see destruction at a scale we haven't seen in Europe since the Second World War. And I would like to commend the courage of the Ukrainian people standing up against the Russian invasion, standing up against Putin's forces. And that's also the reason why NATO is a defensive alliance. Our core task is to keep our 30 nations safe. We are not part of this conflict, and we have a responsibility to ensure it does not escalate and spread beyond Ukraine, because that would be even more devastating and more dangerous. And withdraw all Russian troops from Ukraine. So we have made it clear that we are not going to move into Ukraine, neither on the ground or in the Ukrainian airspace. And of course, the only way to implement a no-fly zone is to send NATO planes, fighter planes, into Ukrainian airspace, and then impose that no-fly zone by shooting down Russian planes. And our assessment is that we understand the desperation, but we also believe that if we did that, we'll end up with something that could end in a full-fledged war in Europe, involving many more countries, and causing much more human suffering.
Natalia Drozdiak, thank you for the question. You mentioned the risk.
We have seen the use of cluster bombs. We have seen reports of the use of other types of weapons which will be in violation of international law. And of course, NATO and NATO allies and partners are collecting information and monitoring very closely what is going on in Ukraine. I would also welcome the decision by the International Criminal Court to open an investigation into this, because we have to make sure that President Putin and the President of Belarus are held accountable for what they do. For the years since 2014, there are many, many thousands of Ukrainian troops, forces, which are trained at the top level. We have the battle groups in the Baltic countries and Poland. We have some presence also in Romania and in the southeast. We are now seriously considering a significant increase of that presence, both with more troops, with more air defense.